Good evening. Good evening. Let's do a sound test first, shall we? Just to make sure that all the sound and the visual is good. Okay. If anybody can hear me loud and clear, at least give a like and say hello to Mr. Lu, so that I know that the internet is okay and the visual and sound is okay. Okay? Yes. Okay, I don't see anybody saying hi to Mr. Lu. Okay, Wen Liang. Okay. Wee Che Ki. Good to see you too. Okay, Pillai, Wen Liang, EH. Okay, sound and visuals are good. That's good to hear that. Okay. Yes, Sandra, good to see you. Raz, Wang, good to see you. Everybody give a like, please, so that I know from the like, I know that that you guys are there. All right, cool. Good evening. Yes, Chet Ying, good to see you. Mr. Ao, Sharon, EH, Fireworks, Loreen, Dennis, good to see you too. Okay, Michael, good to see you. Yes, all give a like, please. Yes, so that I know you guys are there. Loud and clear, wonderful. Okay, I bought. Just watch your Chinese show on 165, which is good. Some of you are surprised I could speak Mandarin. Okay, yes. I'll be frank with you. Yes, no, I'm not in Singapore now. I'm in Europe. Yeah. Okay. As you can see, I'm in a shop. Okay. Yes. Have every one of you watched my黄金年华 银色年华 interview. Yes. Yes. Good to see you, Rowan. Good to see you. Yes. Okay, sorry, suddenly there's a lot of people here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so the main reason why my Chinese is actually very good, and it's not flaunting. I'm very scared of the word flaunting. It's simply because I was privileged. I have a father who is a Chinese teacher. I think this place is a little bit noisy. Maybe I should migrate to the other side. Yeah. So my father was a Chinese teacher. Of course, he's retired now. He's 85 years old right now. But when I was clearly brought up in his Chinese-speaking environment, not only was it Chinese-speaking environment, but my father is a Chinese teacher. Okay, so I was very privileged to be trained by my father. Okay, let me just migrate to another place. This place is a little bit noisy, a bit too many traffic. Okay. Oh God, this place. All right, cool. Okay, just give me a minute, okay, guys. All right, cool. Okay, and all right, okay. All right, cool. Okay. All right, good. Okay. But actually, you may not realize this, but actually, even though my father was a Chinese teacher, there's a lot of my Chinese came from a good friend. He's from China. So I have a friend, his name is Zheng Wei. Zheng Wei was at one point in time, he was the head of Zaobao.com, and now he's in South China Morning Post as one of the chief editor there. And he was a Chinese student who came over to Singapore to study economics. So we were best of friends in university. We were so good friends that he would come to stay over at my place. I'll stay over at his place in a hostel and things like that. And more importantly, when I got married, he was my MC in my wedding, and when he got married, I was his MC his wedding. So that close, okay? Yes. So oh yes, my Chinese is Luo, not Lu. Yeah. So I had picked up a lot of Chinese from him. At one point in time, I think my accent was pretty Chinese. So much that even some of the people in Singapore, when they dealt with me, I was speaking to them in Chinese. They thought I was from China. Yeah. But most of my Chinese were picked up from Zheng Wei and my father. So unfortunately, I can't say the same for my children. I used to say this phrase. I don't know if you understand. There's a tweaked version of this phrase called 长江后浪推不了前浪, which means that the generation behind cannot overtake the earlier generation. So my kids' Chinese are terrible. So Kate Lu, her Chinese is actually really not bad but terrible. I think all of them got terrible grades. Yeah, for Chinese. Okay, they could hardly maintain a proper conversation in Chinese. Even though I made them stay with their grandfather, who was a Chinese teacher. So my kids were brought up by my father, and still their Chinese is shit. This is all, yeah. So this part is my biggest failure in life. Okay, biggest failure as a parent. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, today might be a topic that you will feel that doesn't concern you. Okay, I'll talk about scams, and I never believed I'll talk about one topic of scams. But what's the point of earning so much money but losing them all, okay, in an unexpected catastrophic event, okay? Now, most of the scam victim never thought that they would be scam victim, okay? If you all know that, click a like, please. I say again, most of the scam victim don't think that they will be scam victim, okay? So it is something that I think it's important for us to realize that Mr. Lu has been scammed before, huge, big, mega amounts, okay? Huge, big, mega amount. It's not me, but my company has been scammed before. Not I myself, but we have been scammed before, big amounts, and I least expect ourselves to be scammed, So, and as I see more and more of these scams coming up, and there's a frightening number that just came out. I think it was revealed that over the last 2 financial year, a total of $1.3 billion in Singapore has been fallen to scams. And what is worse is that, the people who are victimized by scams are the people least able to afford it. Now, before you start thinking that we tend to think that scams usually only kena the old folks, or usually kena the illiterate, or usually kena the innocent, or emotionally weak, or whatever kind of thing, right? No, you go and check out all the stats. The people that fall victim to scams are usually the very educated young people, okay, smart professors, educated people, all have kena before, okay. So as I said, even my company has kena before, right? And we least expected it, right? So I just need to raise the awareness of this, that you could be the next victim to scam. And nowadays, it is so scary because the amount that is hit by scams are no longer small amounts. They are big, mega amounts. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions if your bank. It basically wipe out your bank account dry. Okay? And there's a lot of people who didn't know that, you scan a QR code innocently thinking you're ordering food, that thing wipe your account dry. How are you going to stop that? How do you know which QR code is safe? Right? And you install an app, and the app wipe out your bank account dry. Isn't that scary? How are you going to stop that? Before you start thinking that it won't happen to you, let me say categorically that it can happen to you. It can. Okay, it can. So why this topic came about, and you see, by sheer fact that very few of you are interested in this topic means that most of us think that it won't happen. But I think it's very important for me to highlight it, and I want you all to know that, okay, it can happen to you. How are you going to stop this kind of scam? So the evolution of scams have evolved in such that it's very, very serious. So now scammers have evolved that they use AI to fake voice. So they kind of, that now there are scammers that actually scam by faking your children's voice. They use the machine and scam your children's voice and say that you need money right now. How are you going to stop that? Right? Very difficult to fake that, right? Very easy to fake that, and very difficult to detect a scam. So this topic evolved from a conversation that I have with two good friends. Okay, one of them, you know him. He's Mr. So Chin Heng. Mr. So Chin Heng, and the other one is my fund manager. All very smart people. Collectively, we came with the conclusion that scams are very difficult, very easy to execute, very difficult to handle. Please try to do more Chinese talk shows so that my mom can understand. He doesn't understand English. From that show, he complimented, you're looking better with more hair and smoother skin. Korean product, okay? Yes, but let me concentrate on this talk, okay? So I need to emphasize that first of all, who agrees with me that you can be the next victim, right? Me. And who thinks that you will not fall victim to scam? Say not me. I want to take a vote, okay? You have 100 over people right now. Please give me a vote, okay? Who agrees that you can be the next victim? And who agrees that you won't be? So either me or not me. I want to take a vote, okay? So, or you don't even have opinion. Yeah, okay? Now, don't worry, I'm not selling a product. I'm giving you an idea. Okay, this idea is actually not, I'm going to give you an idea, and hopefully I also try to plant this idea with banks and, yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't seen a person say not me, right? I would love to say someone confidently say, no, I won't kena. Okay, yeah, no. Greed lead to scams? No, not at all. Loyalty? No, not at all. A lot of scams right now got nothing to do with greed. You scan a QR code ordering food. You scan a QR code, that they're supposed to, help you access certain Wi-Fi or whatever. How the hell you know that they will wipe your bank account dry? There's not a single element of greed. Okay, how are you going to stop that? How are you going to stop that? Yeah, how are you going to stop that? Yeah, there's no chance to stop that. You just can't fight scams anymore. I think it's reached a stage and no way to fight. Okay, so my fund manager, which I cannot name his name, he like to stay private. So he actually came up with a very interesting idea, and this idea is borrowed from. I think we have reached a stage where all of us must agree that you can fall victim to scam. The minute you underestimate scams, you're gone. Okay, you're gone. Okay, so all of us must must take note that you can fall victim to scams. Okay, put all money in the CPF and you are not worried about scams. That is true partially because, but you hit the limit. How, like myself, I hit the limit already. Cannot even squeeze in one. Yeah. So what I want to share, what I want to share is this. The government realized that there's no way to fight internet hackers. Okay, you cannot be foolproof. You know what the government did? Anyone knows what the Singapore government did to fight hackers and to fight hackers? They literally, good to see you. They literally cut the entire government network out of internet. So the whole government network is one big intranet. There's no linkages with the rest of with the external party. Okay, so there's no chance for anybody to attack. Yeah. So this idea that my fund manager came out was quite interesting, and we discussed this with Chin Heng myself. I think we reached a stage where this must be a practice for all of us. Okay, first in your mind, come to the acceptance that I can be the next scammer, and there's no way to avoid it. There's no way. You can be careful, not greedy, not do this, whatever, do all the safe thing, and you still can kena, right? Scams have reached a stage where you cannot protect yourself anymore. Okay, you just can't protect yourself anymore, right? So you can throw all the money you can in the CPF. That's quite safe. Okay, and maybe you do something drastic, right? One of the most rudimentary idea is simply set up a bank account with zero internet access. As simple as that. You set up a bank account with no internet access. The only way is to use an ATM card. Okay? Now, can you still fall victim to scam? Yes, but it's much more difficult. Okay, much more difficult. So all of us will have largely two types of money. Okay, one is an active money, and the other one is more for reserve, more for rainy day, more for life savings, more for a good evening to you. Okay, put that amount of money into a bank account that has zero internet access. Zero internet access. That's the only way, right? Now, can you still fall victim to scam? Yes. Yes, but the chances of that happening now goes down tremendously. So you go, let's say you have OCBC Bank. Okay, this is where I want the bank to also to give an idea to banks. Okay, let's say you have a bank, OCBC Bank, and you may even set up individual bank account or whatever. But basically you say, oh, this account is my savings. This account for current account for my transaction or whatever. But the minute you have online access, I think all of them will be available online. Very difficult to say that this ATM card can we access this account or account thing, right? It's kind of I think you cannot, but maybe I'm wrong. Okay, someone from bank, please correct me. But what I want to say is this: if you have an OCBC Bank as your active account, set up one in Maybank, set up one in UOB, set up one in DBS, where you throw your majority of your cash savings inside there, okay? That you are not putting into investment, not putting in house, whatever, okay, your children saving, and only be able to access from one ATM card. If you want to be safer, cut the ATM card away, and the only way to do it is to go to the teller. That is the only way, right? You cut it from internet access, right? That's the only internet access. Okay, well, I'll do question answer on Malaysia later. So yes, tomorrow is Mother's Day. So what you do want is Mother's Day, drop a bombshell, oh, we have been scammed, that kind of thing, right? So to be really safe, put the money into a bank account that you have only got ATM access. That's the only way. Okay. Now, a lot of people are going to ignore this advice. Okay. Why I think this advice is good. Number one, once you do that, even you get hit will be your active account, not your majority or life savings. Okay. So you can scam maybe a few $1,000s away, a few $100s away. That's okay. I mean, that's not okay, but that's not catastrophic event. Recently, more and more news of total wipeout has been seen, and they 70,000, 30,000, whatever. There's no way you can fight this. No way, right? So scan, So keep your money that you want for daily transaction into an internet-enabled account, but your majority are lying away from it. I would like to propose to banks, okay, to allow bank accounts to be set up where you only allow, let's call it a fortress account to be set up that is enabled only through ATMs. And once you can do that, then very few people can it's very difficult to access it. Now let's look at the biggest scams in Singapore. The biggest scams in Singapore are phishing scams, job scams, love scams, and investment scams. Some of these scams, this technique won't solve it, but it gives you time to think because it's very troublesome. Now let's say you are enticed. How many of you realize that human are affected by emotions? So if someone come to you with an offer, very exciting, wow, put money into this investment account, it will give you 20%, 30% return, and you'll be rich by tomorrow, the kind of thing, right? So this technique of a fortress account whereby only accessible by ATM will force you to take time to think, because you need time to walk to the ATM and the so you need all this time, right? So with all this time, hopefully someone will come to their senses. So this is what I call a fortress account. So there are two ways a fortress accounts may set up. Number one is you set up yourself. I think the bigger solution should be banks should set up for their clients, okay? And in the fortress account, entice them to give entice them to give them a higher interest rate so that people put the money inside. So if you put a higher interest rate in the fortress account, a lot of people will put money inside, their life saving or whatever. It need not be as high as an FD, but it can be in between a savings account and an FD. So that most people, especially those people with a lot of money, will put their money in their fortress account, and this account accessible only by an ATM card. Then the chances of you losing that will be very less. So the banks should. Sorry, I dropped my phone. The banks should be in their incentive to provide this fortress account. Okay, yes, it's not their responsibility, but it's highly profitable for them to do that, right? So in that sense, you could take time, right? Now, yes, you could put money into T-bills, SSB, whatsoever, but these are short-term measures because after a while the money come out. Then when the money come out, okay, then that will happen. Now, a lot of people refuse to put money in FD. I don't put money in FD. I got huge amount of money now in FD. Why? Because in my life, I need this money, right? You go in and out whatsoever, but it's very dangerous, right? So therefore, it is now imperative for every one of us to be careful. Okay, be careful of this. Keeping okay. So I will answer those questions, but I would like your feedback. Okay, there is no way a bank can stop it now. There's no way a bank can stop this. The number of scams right now, the onus is not on the bank. Okay, we can't stop it. The bank can't stop it. So the only way to prevent you from a financial wipeout is you protect yourself, right? You set up a bank account completely has no internet access, only ATM card. That's the only thing, right? How come buy durian can be scammed? The technology is so good right now, especially in Android, right? You scan through and that's it. Yeah. You fall into love scam and lost 150,000. Yeah, are you serious? Wow. Okay, that's quite serious. How are you gonna avoid? Yeah, how do you avoid, right? So it's a very serious thing, right? Okay. There is. Oh wow, Tommy. Okay. Yeah, Tommy, you might want to describe what happened without going into too much detail, right? Maybe a bank can have a system where a depositor can temporarily stop a transfer if the CP is not listed. It's very difficult to do that because if once you do that, you stop a lot of the normal operation of a bank. Yeah. Okay. Don't give out any personal detail on internet. That won't help. Loti, that won't help. Right. You see a QR code in a restaurant, they put a sticker there, ask you to scan for food, right? You just scan. That's it. Your money got wiped out. How are you going to stop that? Don't download third-party apps and people ask you to do so. That won't help also. That will minimize it. That won't help. Yeah, that won't help. That you reach a stage where there is no foolproof anymore. Okay. Well, there's it's so scary, right? The problem right now I'm trying to tell you is that scam had reached a level that it's impossible to prevent yourself being scammed. It's impossible. It's just like I'm in Europe right now. We're a very seasoned traveler in Europe. And we again and again protect ourselves from thieves, from pickpockets. There's so many of them here, so many of them. You know how many times we still kena? Last month we still kena. Okay, yeah, last month we still kena. Okay, schools okay. Last month we still kena, right? Okay, so okay, my cousin now put his most of money at home. Also very dangerous, right? So let's take a poll right now, okay? Who thinks that this is the good idea? Putting money in an account that has no internet access. Okay, no internet access, just ATM. Okay, I want to get some view from it. If you think it's a good idea, if you think it's a good idea, say a good idea. If it's not a good idea, I want to get some views on this. Okay. Okay. Can share what happened to Europe. Pickpockets. Don't even know where they hit. Next minute, the wallet is gone. No matter how you try to protect, as long as you can have a moment of distraction, you're gone. Okay, right? Fixed D law, at least in that. No, the problem with fixed D is that after fixed D is over, unless it's rolling non-stop, fixed D has penalty and things like that, right? So a lot of people won't put money in the fixed D. Put the money in CPF is the best idea. No, it's not. Okay, because not saying it's a good idea, but a lot of us need the money, in unexpectedly or whatever. Okay, the problem is no statement given. We have to view online. Okay, that's a good point. So maybe the internet access is only allow you to view and not transfer. I don't know. Okay, yes. So it's a view only access. Maybe that's one way. Okay. SSB is higher, can put 10 years, need withdraw, take 1 month. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Euro is not safe at all, man. Good idea, but we forget where the ATM card is kept. Okay, but the money is still there. Okay, yes. If the bank give debit card, your account is gone. Scammer can hack and do transaction. No need to make transaction. That happened on mom account. What happened, Esther? How did they do it? Okay, that means no, you only have ATM card, right? How do you manage? How did they manage to scammer manage to hack the ATM card? There's no internet access. Okay. How do you keep your wallet in Europe since the pickpocket is frequent? It's a moment of carelessness, just moment of carelessness, and the whole thing is gone. Yeah, not practical. Okay, fair. Why is it not practical? Yeah, no, I can understand one idea when it's not practical. If you're overseas, then you need money. How? Okay, that's something I thought of. Okay, like myself, I can't access my ATM. Okay, set notification $1 transfer, credit card limit or whatever. I am not sure whether the online scammers can increase the ATM. My mom get an SMS from a bank that says that there's a transaction on ATM card that is replaced. That is to replace the debit card by the bank. So you should press she pressed OK and all gone. Wow. Okay. Yes. Well, that's interesting. Okay, I never seen of this before. Okay. Yes. But that's interesting. So basically, I still feel that most ATM card has limits. So I think you cannot just transfer money like that. So if the only way you can access the bank account is to a physical ATM card, I think is quite little. Bank want to reduce human crowds at bank. They ask all the clients to perform transaction online. Yeah, but at the machine, I think it's okay. Nowadays, better call bank first before do any action. Doesn't save you. How you know? As I said, the poor guy just scan a QR code, and then everything is gone. How you prevent that? Tell me. Yeah. Okay. How you prevent that? Yeah. And I know that if a hacker wants to hack now, if a hacker wants to hack, you are gone. Yeah. A lot of you all don't know. You sniff out those public Wi-Fi, right? Look for Wi-Fi signal. Embedded in the Wi-Fi is a worm, and your amount is gone. Okay. My father have transferred from his bank account, but not enough money, then failed. Okay. So bottom line is we reach a stage. First of all, this video is to share everybody. Number one, it is impossible. Okay, impossible to prevent all scams and frauds. Okay, impossible. We reach a stage where the scammers are so good right now. It's impossible to fight them. Okay, so therefore, the only way that you can really protect yourself is to set up a account on the site, not with your current bank, that has no internet access, only through ATM card. And you transfer maybe 80-90% of your life savings inside that you don't want to put in anywhere else, and put it there safely and soundly. That's the only way it can be safe. Okay? Yes. So that's the only thing I can think of. If you got any better way, please let me know. Okay? Any other better way, let me know. The problem about the scammer nowadays is that they are so sophisticated, they con you till you don't even know that you're being conned and willingly draw money from them. That I understand. Okay, and I hope that this action of putting an ATM card outside makes it much more difficult for you to draw money out. Okay, so that you got time to think. I recognize that they are so difficult to scanning QR code is not safe. There's a bubble tea scam recently. Exactly. Right? How are you going to stop it? Okay. In a world of digital, it's not practical. Go back old days where you need to go to the bank or ATM to withdraw or transfer money. It's as good as the government saying that the government cut off the entire world from the government network. That's what they're doing. Okay. Try to put little sum in bank account. That's exactly what I say. the normal transactional account on the side, put less money there, and the bulk of your savings put the money in there where no internet access. Many of the money usage scenario doesn't allow such a troublesome work. Well, my suggestion is put, let's say your daily transaction, whatever. Let's say you got $100,000, right? And most of your life you can deal with 20, 30,000. Then put $30,000 in your internet account. Put $70,000 into that non-internet account. Okay, that's what I'm suggesting. Okay, well, I can tell you that that this is a might be the only way that can save us from a financial wipeout. Yeah. Okay. So I think this might be the only way. I think we reached a stage where there's no way to protect really. Okay. I think OCBC need token for PIN to transfer money. No. I'm on OCBC. No, they don't need. The person who scan the QR code needs to verify whether the QR code is from authentic source or not. The problem is how we know. You go to a restaurant. Imagine this. You go to a restaurant, you scan a QR code, order food. Okay? A scammer came to the restaurant and pasted his QR code over the QR code. How you know, right? My ex-colleague got hacked from Facebook link from a mobile number, hacked the account, all gone. Yeah, exactly, right? So I think that this is a great idea, not a perfect idea. Yes, how much do you value your life savings? How much do you value your life savings? Bottom line, how much do you value your life savings? And the answer is yes, you value a lot. Then put it into a non-internet account to be safe. Okay? Yes, there's no other way. Okay? There's no other way I can think of. All right, cool. Okay. All right, good. Any other last comments? Okay. Any other last comments? Okay. So I'm happy to hear some feedback on this. I might write to MAS or to Ministry of Finance to suggest this idea. Okay, to at least create this option for people. The only way to encourage people is that they have to pay a higher interest rate or something like that. Yeah. Okay, or at least within our bank account, create one account that is not internet accessible. And if you're talking about payment in web, okay, computer literacy is very poor. Inadequate knowledge is just dangerous. Yeah, I know of people with very good literacy is also kena. Okay, yes. Oh, I see. Okay. Jia Hong say, I follow this principle. I'm a very busy man and I don't have time to entertain this group of people. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Said that cannot touch because it's another
so if they approach me without prior arrangement, I say, okay. Okay. We go over okay. The left scam I was involved in basically conned me to transfer money into a forex trading platform, which I thought it was a third-party platform. But in actual fact, it was operated by the same person.
3 shops.
Yeah.
We have did.
Okay. So I heard of this before. I have people who wrote to me and said that, Mr. Lu, last time love scams that I realized love scams are scammers that make you fall in love with them and transfer money to them. Nowadays, they are not so low class anymore. They make friends with you, damn good friend. I'm not even sure whether it's love scam, but I'll call it investment scams. They make such good friends with you that you believe them, and they start telling you that I make a lot of money in this particular investment, this particular counter as well. Use this particular website. It looks like a tiger broker, Mumu as well, but it's actually not. And then you go in, put your money inside, and you're gone. Okay, I've seen 2 victims like that who wrote to me. I just can't believe they're so sophisticated. They're just too good. How are you gonna protect yourself sometimes from this, right? Yeah. So it's very, very dangerous. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's called pig butchering. Yeah, right. That's called pig butchering. I know of 2 person. I only think is report police also no use. They're not in Singapore. How are you going to catch them? Yeah. Okay. They are really very good. I just say this, okay? For the last time before I end this video, the level of scams right now have reached a level and sophistication that there is no protection against them. Zero. Education is useless. education is useless. You just can't protect. You don't know when you're going to hit. The only way to protect yourself is make it in a way that they cannot even access this account. That's cut off from the internet. So set up one only ATM enabled account only with no online ability. That's how you protect yourself. Okay? Yep. Okay. All right, good. Okay. I hope you all be serious about thinking of this advice. Okay. I say again, not only old folks fall into scams. Most of, if you read the reports, most of people who fall victim to scams are young, smart people, educated people, right? Okay. All right, good. Okay. So with this, I hope that every one of you will spend some thought thinking about this, and execute this. There's no urgency, but I think over time you should execute this. Just be very safe. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. With this, thank you for your time. And any last questions or anything? I saw some Malaysia questions, some question on my my Chinese interview and all this. I saw some of these things. I didn't want to talk I don't want to talk much about my Johor house for next 1 or 2 sessions because I probably overdone it. But anyway, if someone asks, I'm happy to answer some questions on this. Use different phone for your bank account. I don't think that helps at all. Yeah, I don't think that helps at all. Okay, minimize the risk but not help. I think it reached a stage where hackers can even hack. I don't know if you guys know. I used to. We have Israel-based businesses and things like that, and I saw how the hackers work. You just go somewhere and look up for internet, right, in a restaurant. The same hacker has planted a worm or malware in the internet router, which you don't know, the restaurant don't know, and the thing just go into your phone and that's it. Yeah. Make sure you place the daily limit online transfer. Jennifer, good to see you. Okay. Yep. Death penalty for scammers. Yes. Okay. Is it better to park money in the form of gold and silver? No. Then there's investment risk, right? Okay. There's investment risk. What you want is to have just cash. Please do more talks in Chinese to educate seniors who don't understand English. I'm happy to, but I need a forum to do that. Yeah, because most of my people here are English speakers. How about removing the bank app, right? Not practical. You need the bank app for daily transaction and things like that. Okay. Yeah. So that's not quite practical. Yeah. Okay. When I'm going to spend the first night in JB, the whole transaction takes 7 months. It'll be a long way before I collect the key from my house. Long way. Okay. Set up MFA. Okay. So I think, yeah. Yes, 7 months is a long way to go. Okay. Yeah, maybe even longer. Okay. In Singapore, we're lucky. Our transaction time is only 3 to 4 months, right? Okay. When I was a real estate agent, 30 years ago, the transaction can take 4 to 5 months. Very long in Singapore. So, and for foreigners, it's a bit longer. So, in short, for us Singaporean to buy a house in Malaysia, it takes quite a long time. Okay. Yeah, if you take a loan and things like it takes an even longer time. Okay. How long will renovation take? I don't think I have much renovation. Probably 3 months, my guess. But I'm probably not renovating much. Yeah, because and I'm take my time to slowly think. Yeah, how I want to. I haven't figured out yet. One of the biggest problem I have is I got a balcony that is totally bare and there's a risk of people falling over from the second floor to the first floor. So the one I want to do something about it. And the garden, I want to find a way to, think of what to do with the garden so that I don't have to do gardening. Okay. Okay. Thanks, Charlie. Okay. So late for those people on Premium Mall who is on YouTube. Later, there's I'm in Ferragamo right now. B is preparing. There's a minus 25% sale that's going on. Okay. Minus 25 plus. I may hit 30%. Yeah. So B is preparing. I collecting dust here, so I thought the balcony, be careful, can breed mosquito. I don't think it'll breed mosquito because I think the drainage is good, but the balcony is quite scary. And if you see my video, you can drop over one, Yeah. So I don't know why the previous owner never put up fence. It's so kids not friendly. Yeah. So Don't buy condo from developer below 1 ringgit. Okay. Yeah, I don't believe in overseas buying condo. Okay. I understand that if you buy in KL, maybe there's some value protection there or something like that. Need to apply permit before doing a balcony. No, Malaysia, mana ada system. Okay. Yeah, where got system? This is a standalone. This is a standalone title. So I don't need I don't need a permit to do that. Okay, strata title you need to ask for permit. This one don't need. Yeah, I've seen people build up a new room from the balcony. I don't think I need that. Okay, there's a link I found. This action can be automatic. Okay. If you buy condo by lower floor, Malaysia no MCST system. I very not in favor of not in favor of buying a condo in Malaysia. Okay, all right, good. Okay, so thank you for everybody for joining us. Okay, thank you. Okay, and I'll see you again. Tomorrow or so. Okay, all right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Have a good night, everybody. Okay, have a good night. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks for all your feedback and comment. Okay. Foreigners can buy a condo less than $1 million. Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Dennis. Okay. Thank you, Xiaomei. Mei Yun. Good to see you too. Okay. Thank you, everybody. And I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Bye.